But I do to everybody that eats on my stream. Welcome back to my stream. People are eating on it. So, in the character creation quick guide, it does, if you randomly roll your scores, and you may pick one attribute to change to a score of 14. That's where it is. All right, so everybody except for Bearded can change their one score to 14. Cotton, I believe, is turning her shitty wisdom into amazing Herculean wisdom. Connor?
No. I turned my wisdom, put my 8 in the wisdom, and then put my 4 somewhere else and then turn that better.
What was that you turned Herculean then?
I believe it was intelligence.
Okay, all right, you're much smarter now. Connor, where'd you put your 14? I can tell you where I stuck it, Arthur. Right in your face. Connor, why would you say something like that? Why does your voice sound so strange?
That sounds like me, though. I mean, I sound high pitched and annoying and like kind of squeaky here. I'm thinking Constitution, especially because.
I mean, if that's the case, you'll get an extra hit point, which you'll need because you rolled a 1 on your hit point.
Right.
Con is good.
He did.
I mean, I assume he's got a lot of con because he's a criminal, you know?
Well, because he was exerting himself on the.
No, I just mean because you're a convict.
Oh, Connor, the convict.
Connor, the convict with a lot of con. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Connor.
You got it going on.
I insist that your character's name be Connor now.
Connor.
That'd get weird.
Connor Humes.
It'll work.
Connor Humes.
The Humes. He's one of the Humies.
Shep, where'd you put your 14?
I put it on wisdom.
Right.
So I swapped out I put the 4 on the wisdom and then swapped it out to the 14.
Putting a 14 in wisdom, huh?
That's
Sounds
right.
like a wise choice.
Oh.
That's right. I'll be here every Tuesday. Let's talk about equipment. Everybody that doesn't have partial warrior has a 0 base attack. If you are a warrior, which no one is, or are a partial warrior, you have a +1 base attack bonus. That's somewhere on your sheet. I just don't know where. Probably all the way down at the bottom.
So yeah, Connor's a +1, right? Or base 1.
Sorry, I'm still looking at these numbers here. Okay.
Attack bonus.
Oh, attack bonus is all the way at the top at core statistics.
Right next to armor class.
Yep, right next to armor class. Okay. Each of you will then roll 2d6, times that by 100, and that's how many credits you have to buy your equipment.
We also get the standard package.
The standard package of what?
Do I roll 2d6 as well?
They with each
Yes,
class
you can
background?
pick a package, or you can roll for money. So I suppose.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the. Well, I thought it's tied to your background, or no, it's not.
No, it's just recommendations. The packages are recommendations.
Yes.
Okay.
The equipment packages are recommendations.
Okay.
You get to
Times
pick
what?
one: thief, blade, etc., etc.
Right. Okay.
Sorry. So you only have to roll that if you're not taking the package. So let me ask, Bearded Cotton, are you taking a package, or do you want to spend your money individually?
Individually.
I'm not sure what the package is or where it's at.
Okay. The packages are on page 25. Go ahead
I
and take a
usually
look.
like to take packages in any
If you work out the math, I'll be honest, the packages work out better.
Not here
Yeah,
about
but the
math,
packages
Tommy.
are very
Okay.
streamlined.
I trust in the Swedish dice to give me money.
All right. Well, you have 800 monies to spend.
Hell yeah.
Does
Equipment.
money really mean that much to an AI?
Yes, an AI needs money in order to live and operate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's like a daily cost,
You
right?
don't just live, Connor.
No,
So I'm
actually, the technician package is pretty nice. I'll just take it.
Okay. Equipment starts on page 65 with armor. I'll point out that like the cheapest combat armor is 700. So, oh, I guess it's 400. But that's woven body armor. You got to be super. The other thing you should note is that in Stars Without Numbers, openly wearing armor. So, gun laws on most planet allow you to carry guns wherever you want, but wearing armor means that you intend to do something in which you would get shot at. So wearing armor is normally illegal on most planets.
Do we Go ahead, Cotton.
No, you go
There are a
first.
number of secret armors that you can wear underneath your clothing and such, but what do you got? You have a question?
I was gonna. Sorry, Cotton, you go.
No, you go first.
I was just gonna ask: do we get a separate set of clothes that we get to just have?
Yeah, sure. You have clothes.
Okay, all right.
I mean, you wear clothes, right? You're not some sort of non-clothes wearing
Nudist.
savage. I don't know how things go down on Polo, so you're telling me now.
They got a
Run
uniform.
nude on the treadmill, Connor? Answer these questions.
I mean,
Nudist beach.
It depends on what those AI overlords are up to, like what they want to see.
Uh-huh.
I think that would be
They
something
wanna see.
you would know whether or not they like that. So.
Shep, I want to cut back to you real quick and ask which psychic power you took as a biopsionicist.
Tell me more about level of effort and how that works.
Okay, let's open that up. I'm not immediately prepared to go into that, but I have done it before.
Technology level.
Like, does effort restrict my ability to do it like per day or anything like that?
So, let me see here. Effort. It is on page 31, but a quick overview is effort is committed to fuel psychic power. Some commitment is instantaneous. Others require you to hold it.
Yeah, it depends on the skill. So, like, which skill it is depends on how much. And you basically, I think the way, correct me if I'm wrong, is it works. You have a slot that you expend using a skill, and then you get it back when you're done.
Yes.
Unless
For
it's
most of them. Some of them, it will last longer. So your core technique as a biopsionicist is called Psychic Sucker. It's the one that allows you to touch people and bring them back to life. And in the case of now that you're level 1, when you touch dying people, you give them 1d6 plus 1 hit points back. Actually, anybody you touch gets 1d6 plus 1. However, in doing so, you begin to build what's called system strain on them. If they exceed their system strain, they just fall over and die. So you can't heal someone forever and ever and ever. Right? Okay. There's a limit. In order to activate Psychic Sucker, you must spend a point of effort, and that point will last for the whole day. So every morning you can wake up, say, I'm going to spend a point of effort on Psychic Sucker, and anyone that you touched from there on out would instantaneously, stabilize.
So it is a daily thing.
For this particular one, for Psychic Sucker, it is. For others, It is not. For Connor's power, whenever he wants to generate armor or weapons, he has to commit effort towards it as well.
Right. Yeah, I did pick that one, by the way.
So for some of these level 1 powers, for instance, Mastered Sucker, when you take Mastered Sucker, it no longer requires effort to activate. You just activate it whenever you want.
Right. So so if we're in combat and one person gets injured and I help them out, another person gets injured, I can help them out without restriction, right?
You will start to build system strain on them, but on them, when you give other people system strain. So your psychic powers are unusual to them and cause them stress.
Okay, but my ability to give it to them is not hampered at all.
As long as you spent 1 point of psychic effort to kick your power off, you have it for 24 hours.
Okay, so I could spend effort on the power, have it for 24 hours, and use it on multiple people.
Yep.
Okay.
The first level powered Master Sucker means that you no longer require effort to activate it ever.
Yeah.
You can use Psychic Sucker whenever you want with no problem. The other two are you can cure poison and disease, but it costs a point to use whenever you do it.
Yeah.
And then Remote Repair allows you to, instead of having to touch people, you can affect people within visual range up to 100 meters away.
Okay, so my effort now, I get the 1 + 1 because the wisdom went up.
Yep.
So I can, but so I don't really need 2 effort, right? Because if I have Secure or Sucker and I use that and I commit effort, that's good for the day, you said.
Yep.
So why would I need the other effort point? first
Other
level, I
abilities
don't,
that
right?
you have, like you might not use it now, but other abilities that you have would use it. If you weren't restricted to biopsionicist, there would be ways to use it.
Okay. So I think I'm going to take the remote repair.
Okay, so you can heal people at a distance.
Yeah.
What is the biopsionic ability that allows you to give people cancer to kill them? It is called Tyrannic Overload. It's a level 3 power. When you touch somebody, you can secretly give them cancer. It will kill them within 1d6 months. It can be treated at a tech level 4 facility as long as it is detected, but they have no idea that they've been hit with it. And will usually end up dying as long as they don't get a medical checkup between now and their death.
All right. We'll
Yeah,
see
it's
if I make
horrifying.
it
It's absolutely horrifying power.
there.
It also deals 1d6 per level of your psychic biopsionic skill. And since you're level 3, that means it automatically deals 3d6, which is about 11 damage, which will kill all of your characters at level 1. So it's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's cut over. Bearded, you are buying stuff?
Yeah, do I need armor as...
No, your chassis comes with armor. It's just really
Got
shitty, right? Your
Okay.
box comes with
Right. So I'm basically just looking at weapons at this point.
yeah, more or less. You should also be noted that fixing you costs money.
Right.
Right? Like you don't recover hit points. Your box requires okay. The time required to build an armature depends on its sophistication, equal to 1 per face point, divided by the technician's fix skill. Thus, for an AI with fix 1, building a 20-point box armature would take them 10 days. Something about costing money. What about repairing? AI repairs. 1 unit of spare parts and a fix 0 repair tech can fix a number of hit points equal to the AI character's level in 15 minutes. AIs can repair themselves if they have spare parts and are functional. Well, fortunately, Cotton is like one of the best techs in the universe. But you are going to need boxes of spare parts, which cost money.
And in a pinch, I could do it myself because I have the...
Fix 0. Yes, all AIs do. As long as your core isn't destroyed or you are not killed by a heavy weapon, you will survive as your little core part. If you're reduced to 0 hit points, Cotton's character can attempt to jury rig you back up to usability, but then you will be fucked.
In what way?
If you're damaged again, you'll be destroyed permanently.
Got it.
As a box, your armor class is 15.
Okay.
That's already pretty good. I think. Wait, maybe you want a lower number.
And then I get a +1
That's equivalent to woven body armor.
con?
Yeah.
No.
And original stars as that number is lower AC was better. And this one higher AC is better though. Okay, Connor, you are taking equipment package. Which one did you take?
Scout.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Any reasoning behind that?
Yeah, Scout, because all the movies that he's been watching, but then also, of course,
Okay,
he knows
God.
that
Name one movie he's watched.
Shane.
Shame?
Yeah, Shane.
What happens in Shame?
I mean, I haven't seen it, so
You're inventing this movie Shame right now. What happens in Shame?
no, he's seen human Shane. They have that on this planet.
You're saying the emotion of shame. Not
Sure.
a movie. You're literally saying you've seen people.
No, Shane with an N, right?
Yeah, Shane with an N, the movie.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, it's a movie.
All right. What
You
happens?
asked me to pick one movie, so I'll pick Shane. But,
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, okay. So it works with Bearded's character because that character is a interstellar explorer,
Mm-hmm.
designed to find planets, and he knows that.
Okay, so you've got the survey kit, you've got binoculars, a backpack, some batteries. Do you actually have the shoot skill?
Yeah,
Okay, that's good, because that laser rifle won't work otherwise.
I have it at 0.
That's fine. If you don't have it, you take a -2 whenever you shoot, which is really cripplingly bad. Make sure that you note down about the number of battery types you have, because it's going to be really important to using your rifle and your armored vac suit, both of which require power.
Oh, the armored vac suit requires power. Okay.
Yeah, I think it requires power and oxygen, right, for 24 hours or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I've got 8.
How skin tight is your vac suit? I want to ask.
Pretty skin tight.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about the armor, but I know that the outfit that he's wearing normally is like a.
Let me ask: are you like an Argon Karaka character here?
No.
You walk around in your skin tight vac suit, walking around showing off everything.
No, it's just more like the 80s. You know, like clothes are just sort of a little bit tighter. You know, that kind of thing.
I'm writing that down here. It's like the 80s. Clothes are a little bit tighter.
Yeah, that's how he's rocking it.
He's wearing parachute pants.
Those are looser, I assume, right?
But you're wearing your pants underneath or over top of your better pants.
Oh no, definitely not parachute pants. No, that might be the vac suit. Who knows?
Let's see here. Armored vac suit. Where's regular vac suit?
So he doesn't necessarily know how to use all this stuff. Like he doesn't know how to use. I'm gonna say right now, he doesn't know how to use the survey scanner. Like they've never done survey scanning.
Oh boy!
But he's like,
Connor, you always deliver.
Well, I mean, I can't. You know, you don't want to make your character, universally powerful.
Of course. Trust me, that was never going to be a problem for you.
Yeah. So he doesn't know how to use these things, but he's seen them on the internet. He knows how he's seen them being used there, and so he wants to try and grab those things. Yeah.
All right, vac suit. Here we go. A vac suit is a TL4 vacuum suit. It functions for 6 hours with 1 oxygen tank. Self-healing exterior. Blah, 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 blah. It can emergency repair. If you get soup reppered, you're basically dead. A vacuum suit requires 1 type A power cell for every 12 hours of operation. So you can refill these at a ship or any power grid, right? You can just plug it in and refill them. But if you run out, and then you're stuck in a vacuum suit and you're dead.
Makes sense.
Okay. Shep, did we talk about your equipment package?
I'm going to take the medical kit or the medical pack.
Sure. Any surprises in there I need to know about?
Nope. I'm very one.
So there should be Lazarus patches in there, which will be completely useless to you because your psychic sucker does what they do already.
Yeah.
But you can always toss them to other people and they can use them.
How much do those cost? Maybe I'll buy something else. I'll look it up.
You can't edit your equipment from here on out. You can sell them as soon as the game starts. They only cost 30 credits though. They're not super expensive. They're literally just like a bunch of stims and what's the adrenaline that you hit somebody with? Cotton, you're a technician. Do you have a gun in that?
I do. I have 1 laser pistol and a mono knife.
All right. That mono knife probably gonna stab somebody. 100%. It's now the knife ball. Mark down that you also have 1 cabot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am going to, by next week, require a cabot name and a look to this cabot. I also need to know if the cabot is in a relationship with any other cabots.
I do know that you said it's a cat.
Cat, rabbit, dog hybrid.
Cat, rabbit, and dog. So I'm thinking of combining it with a Pomsky and a lion head rabbit. And I haven't decided the cat yet.
I don't know what any of those words mean, but I can't wait for you to draw it. Can't wait for somebody to draw it. Connor, he is going to become a professional cabot artist.
Look, wilder things have happened. You know, wilder things have happened.
White Ash, everybody. White Ash. When's Volume 2 coming out, Connor?
I will be working on it.
That's good, because I finished Volume 1 in like 10 minutes.
Well,
And then
guess
I was
what?
like, what happens next? Is he the son of Moradin? Who is he? Why does everyone always go, there's always another secret around here? Coo.
I mean, that book took what, like a year, maybe longer to make.
I mean, don't tell me. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the dates. But
All
it
right.
took-
So I should expect you in like 13, 14 months to have volume 2?
well, you can be interested in the single issues that we'll have coming out in between that time.
Nah, that's dumb. I just want to get the whole collected thing all at once so I can get my name in the back.
You can get your name in the back of the single issues.
Nah, I want the big one.
Okay. Hey, what page was that vac suit thing on? I want to copy and paste that into the.
Just Control F on the document, type VACC, and then keep hitting enter forever.
I did, and I didn't find that exact quote that you were talking about. I will keep looking though.
I got it. Keep hitting enter forever. Back suit is on page 76 underneath equipment.
Oh, I see it. Yep.
All right.
The
Bearded, how are you doing on equipment since you're Mr. Buy Equipment? You're muted, so I can't hear anything you're saying, although your mouth is moving. Still nothing.
I'm still muted. Bearded. You're muted on the application.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Monoblade sword and a revolver.
Revolver. I want to caution you before you take a revolver, and here's
Okay.
why. Lower tech weaponry can be blocked by higher technologies.
Okay.
So there are certain armor and shielding units that if you fire a T1, T0, T2 equipment into it, it will deal 0 damage.
And what happens if I put a sword through that?
Also the same deal because the sword is a T0.
Okay.
But like a laser sword is a different.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Bearded's going to combine the revolver with the blade.
That's what I'm doing.
Sword blade.
Laser sword. That's what I want.
Psychics can get those, but you can't. Actually, biopsionicist psychics can get television static swords made out of their own psychic power that causes people to convulse and have seizures.
Never have anything
Fucking
cool.
scary. I don't think that there are laser swords. I know that there are some in the artifact weapons area, but you probably just want to get like a combat shotgun or something. Like a rifle or laser gun. So for people who have their weapons already, make sure you note on page 67 whether or not it has burst mode. For instance, if you have a laser rifle, you can fire it in burst mode, which means you get a +2 to hit and a +2 to damage, but it takes 3 ammo.
What about
However,
a laser pistol?
Laser pistol, you notice, does not have a burst mode. It is still just a good
is it
pistol.
like a higher tier technology weapon?
It is. It's a level 4 technology.
Okay, then I'll take the laser pistol and the monoblade sword.
Right. Monoblade sword is pretty good.
Laser pistol.
I think a monoblade sword is like a high level thing, right?
I think the revolver indicates you were watching the same westerns.
Yeah, probably. You probably put some on, and like I changed the channel when you're gone, and it went to like the more sci-fi ones where it's like knights and stuff, but like space knights. And I was like, dude, swords are dope.
So it's a Jedi's.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's that's the one from Too Many
Nice.
Cooks. Cybernetically optimized, organized knights of science. You can never have too many cooks. They battle beast rebels of the hellscape. Broth.
So is the AI a he now, or I thought before it was a they them?
They them. Yeah.
Okay.
So monoblades count as being TL4, by the way.
Cool.
Yep. You can stab through shields with them. The slow knife penetrates the shield. Okay, let me look what's happening next on character creation instead of quoting Dune. Although, I gotta tell you, you could do worse than quoting Dune. You quote Shakespeare.
TL4. Oh, shit.
Oh, the shade out of nowhere.
I mean, with Shakespeare, he had to translate what he said on the other page of the same document.
Only if you're not from that time period.
He wrote it in that time period, jackass.
He wrote his own short
He
note.
wrote his own subtitles, Connor.
Yes.
Notes.
Have you read Shakespeare in the original Klingon?
The original Klingon? No, I haven't read the original Klingon.
Wow.
All right, so let's do this. Damage done for your weapons. Blah 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 blah. Record your armor class. Most of you should already have your armor class. Your saving throws are 15 minus the best of your strength or constitution for physical. I think the sheet might have already done it for all of you, right?
Yeah, there's a sheet where you can.
Yeah, it already
roll.
did it. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. You need a name and a goal now, folks. We're at the worst part of the night. Now you have to tell me who you are. Connor, Bearded, I already know way too much shit about you. I don't know your names, though. But I know your goals.
I want to get off this planet. Are we already off the planet?
Yeah, you're already off planet.
Okay.
So look, this is where we get down to brass tacks, right? We're going to get names and we're going to get goals. And then I'm going to ask you questions to let them kick around in your brain for a little while. How long has this group been together?
The whole group?
Yes. Do you have a starship already? And if so, how did you get it? Because those things are super expensive and y'all are poor as fuck. Or is the first mission acquire a starship?
Pretty much.
Do you work for somebody? Do you have a patron? Do you have an organization that backs you? Are you like the Drawn Blades and there's a secret wizard king that gives you giant piles of money whenever you fuck up? He never pays you when you do your job correctly. He only pays you when you mess up.
Probably have a general hub of where we get all of our work from, but probably not a patron.
We'll work on it. I'm telling you, just let these boil over. Where are you right now? Like, what part of
space station? Like where we all meet up, where we've all met up at some point, and this is like a hub of a den of criminality at some sides. And then
den of criminality. Connor, what are you doing with these people?
On one end of the spectrum.
No. We need to talk about characters before Connor makes all of you into his
just degenerates.
Known associates. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. You guys are all gonna have a mark in your file that says known associate.
Okay. I mean, I'm just trying to paint a picture of a kind of a space hub where all kinds mix and gather.
Yeah, we call it Babylon 5. Is the last best hope for humanity.
I haven't seen that, so
You're really missing out. It's quite good. After
TV
season
show or
1.
what?
Connor, what's the name of your character? What's their goal?
Come back to me.
You've had all night to think about this.
Well, I have a last name, but I don't have a first name yet.
Bearded.
I was thinking about the first name.
Devi.
Spell it for me.
D-E-V-I.
Sorry?
D-E-V-I.
Okay. What's your goal?
To chart the expanse.
That
of
is
the-
your prime directive,
and
right? But
and
what about you personally?
use that to find a home planet for myself.
So you literally want to be the owner of your own private planet.
Yeah.
You want to find your job is to find uncharted planets, and you want to just be like, sweet, I found like 3. This one is now my house. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a very AI thing to do, to just nest in there, make several million copies of yourself, mine the whole planet out, turn it into a Death Star.
So it's not exploration. It's
The
like
exploration is the force drive that pushes Devi forward, but that's not what Devi wants up here.
Yeah, everyone wants a home. Okay.
And not to be a known associate.
Do not be a known associate. Well, that's going to be really tough because Connor's already got you up on known associate list.
Damn it.
Thanks for the host, Lexi Tales. Welcome.
Welcome.
Shep.
Hey.
Name, goal. What do you got for me?
Dr. Roger Leto.
Dr. Roger Leto.
Yeah.
Feel like he is going to be trying to sell me some medicine. Okay. For those of you outside the United States, we have advertisements for medicine. We have doctors that show up and go, Did you know that this medicine won't kill you? In fact, it will make you stronger and smilier and happy. Here are 15 side effects, the bottom of which is bad breath and death. What does Dr. Roger Alito want to do?
We talked about that. So he wants to learn the source of the scream and maybe fix it.
That's his whole life, then. Learn the source of the scream.
That's going to be his whole life.
I mean, he's a psychic, so, you know.
And he's a psychic healer.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
He wants to. Are psychics? They're not affected by the scream, right? That hasn't happened.
No, they are affected by it. Oh, so the scream was a one-time event that ripped through space, right, and caused all psychics to burn out and go insane, and use their powers without end.
Yeah.
It hasn't showed up again, right? It just happened one time, but the problem is psychic powers had to be learned from a psychic psionically. Right? They like show you how it's used. So in that time, not only did all psychics basically go insane, but identifying yourself as a psychic was a pretty good reason for someone to go, he's going to go insane, kill him. Right? Mm-hmm. So now all the psychics hide themselves and don't have a way to transfer their traditions to the later generations. So only now that planets are communicating with each other, the psychics have safe places that they can hide, there's a psionic academy ship, they're able to slowly rebuild their traditions and pass on their old teachings to the next generation.
Now, this scream, when it happened, did it spread like a plague or it hit everyone at the same time?
Your sector doesn't know that, right? Okay. As far as they are concerned, they might have been the only people affected by it.
But even across a planet or a sector, did it hit all the psychics?
It happened at the same time for everybody within a planet.
All right. Yeah, I think my thing is to see if he can discover the source of psychic powers in general. So yeah.
So they actually know where psychic powers come from. I suggest that you read the psionics chapter. It's pretty interesting. So when space travel was discovered via the spike drive, the first people that went through it noticed that spike drive travel works by shifting dimensions. You're like, oh, how about the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th dimension? And the force of moving up and down those pushes you forward through space to another location. They found out that the horrifying power moving them up and down dimensions, pushing them forwards, also corrupted their genetic code. And that's how we got psychics. So psychics tap into that multidimensional power, which is why psychics are called MES syndrome, multidimensional extroversion syndrome, MES. It's a disease, actually, and you need regular drug treatments in order to survive MES. And that was a big problem after the Scream because the drugs were super well known. Everyone knew if you had to buy these drugs, you were a psychic, and thus you should probably be shot. As a doctor, you probably have all the MES drugs that you ever need, and I don't know about Connor's character, but probably he comes to you for pills from time to time.
Okay.
It's just to keep him from going crazy and murdering everyone around him with psychic guns. No big deal. He's definitely not a drug addict.
We need to do a really fast motorbike race at high speeds across the cyberpunk city.
No. Are you going to take that power? Are you going to take kinetic inertial drift or whatever it's called?
Power? I mean, that sounds awesome.
It lets you treat the floor as if it was frictionless, so
that could be fun. I mean, that's later down the line, I assume, right?
That could be fun, said Conorhughes. Yeah, I fully encourage you guys to check out the fiction of the world because I'm going to be presenting it. But of course, the Baron Moose sector has its own fiction. Cotton, circling around to you. You're a mechanic with pink hair and you joined a mercenary crew. What's your name and what are you looking to do?
Her name is Daisy and she's trying to find her family.
Daisy, that sounds super familiar to me. Trying to find your family, huh? Where did you lose them? Mechanics? Why don't you know where they are?
She doesn't know where they are because she wandered onto a mercenary ship when she was like 8. She doesn't even know what planet she was originally from.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you don't know where you're from. Do you even remember what your family looks like?
Not much. Not really, no.
Okay.
She just assumes that she's gonna know who they are when she sees
Do you
them.
have a last name, Daisy?
She
Ew.
might.
But you don't know it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's some heavy shit. Oh, we're taking the E out of Roger. Okay.
Yeah, because that's sci-fi-ish.
Sure. I mean, your character. Doctor Connor, I'm coming back to you, man. You better
All right.
fucking have a character name and a goal.
I got it. All right, I'm Kaisuke Skywind.
Oh
And-
my god. I fucking can you
That's the most edgelord name
can
I've
you
ever heard in my life.
seriously pick another name? Kaisuke Skywind?
Yep.
You're like, I'm vaguely Asian. I have a long sword that I psychically
I have,
generate.
like, yellow spiky hair that goes this way.
Oh my god.
And well, the K that comes from KS11. That's the code name on the planet that I guess he had.
Wow.
And then goal is to make a name for himself, and that's why he picked Kaisuke Skywind, because that sounds awesome to a 16.
So your actual name is KS11.
Yeah.
You turned Polos from a utopian palace of underwater fantasy into a horrifying AI breeding ground for humanity. Thanks,
I
Connor.
touched
You've
you, bro.
ruined the one planet where I was like, this is a planet that is everything is good here. Nothing is bad. You've managed to make it worse than any other planet except for the one where zombies live.
I mean, that's sort of what I do, I guess.
Okay, Kaisuke
become-
Skywind. I gotta come up with a nickname for your character because there's no way I'm gonna
Kai
go
is fine. Kai is short.
more like Kai Sucky Suckwind. That's what your rival calls you.
Oh wait, no, sorry. I meant to say Skyflare. Skyflare.
Sky Flare?
Yeah, Skyflare.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Is your character an anime fan?
I was thinking that.
Does he hold his right arm and say, the dark power that's been sealed within it, it rages like a dragon in the storming night. I have to keep my psychic power contained with the seal on my eye.
Explosion!
Bakuretsu.
Oh my god.
That does sound like it's fun.
Yep,
Yes.
Connor as Mega Man is now 100% fucking canon. That's how I just imagine Connor in the Mega Man outfit. That's it. That's who Kaisuke is. Connor in a giant floppy hat and a skirt.
I'm humming the Mega Man theme in my head the entire time.
No, please no. All right, group.
Oh god.
Is there a name to this organization you all find yourselves in? The Drawn Blades.
Not letting Connor pick the name, that's for sure.
Hey, you guys love that name on
The
the
Skyflare Group. Super Sentai Skyflare Rangers.
God damn.
That's so good.
No, it's really not,
No,
Connor.
it's not. Don't give him ideas, AP. Please.
Hey, I'm not speaking that you guys want to name it.
Well, all right. Before I ask what your group name is, what do you people do collectively together? Obviously, independently, Daisy looks for her parents. Dr. Roger Leto looks for information about the Scream. The robot looks for planets, which is pretty hard because you have to find new planets in order to find new planets. I guess Kaisuke Skyflare gets
Drunk?
drunk?
No, I said he's looking to make a name for himself.
Yeah,
But-
I don't know how you're going to
Like
do
getting
that,
drunk.
though.
Yeah,
There's
Well, I mean-
more than one way to make a name for yourself, Connor.
I know that's true. Well, I mean,
I'm Gene Starwind. I'll pay you back. Gene, everybody
When I
knows that
make
you're
it-
not
when I
good
make-
for the money.
When I make it big, I'll pay you back.
Yeah. Gene.
No,
What does your
we're
group do collectively, together? What do you do? Do you fight the zombies on Once Breeder, keeping them from breaking out of their containment area? Do you provide humanitarian aid on Alzu, keeping people out of the Razor Wind that's murdering them. That might be on another planet. Do you fight back against the pirates of the Golden Fleet? Do you shepherd psychics from whatever hellhole you can pull them out of to the psychic training center? Are you smugglers?
Railroad?
Are you
Probably
merchants?
smugglers.
Are you just news delivery agents? Do you literally just fly around picking up news and selling it in other locations?
Yeah, all of that.
I mean,
So,
You
I'd
can't do
say-
all of those things. What is the
Mercenary
one
smug-
thing? Bearded,
merchant
you can't do
smuggler.
this to me, man. I'm like, here's 15 things, and Bearded is like, we do all of that, and we also raise cabots, okay, Arthur? We do everything.
whatever pays the bills, Arthur.
My whole arm turns into a Swiss Army knife, Arthur.
I'm a jack of all trades. Like merchant smugglers that we could like also transfer information and use that information to get jobs and whatnot.
That's what he said before.
Yeah, but what jobs do you do? Right?
Yeah.
I like the Underground Railroad, smuggling psychics to a safe place.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Kaisuke is definitely feeling psychic, you know, in the sense that feeling like he wants to
Try to
change
keep
that
it to the
whole
good side, but every now and then we got to take a dirty job.
Yeah. So like maybe each episode psychics require let's have a small ship and psychics require transport to different planets or something.
So there's a particular planet. It's called Planet Thorhill. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's actually not even on the list of planets. It's in 0703. If you're on Roll20, you can see that that's all the way over here. It is a psionic worship ground. Actually, Sam Wisefool agreed to be this particular faction. They have a recovered psionic academy ship, and everyone that lives here is a former fleet officer. So this is where, when the Mandate fleet in the sector went down from all of the psychics, they landed on this planet and were like, the only way to rebuild our ships and rebuild society is to have psychics. And over the 700 plus years since the Scream, that has turned into a society that reveres psychics as like the ultimate resource. They worship psychics. They bring psychics chocolates. They feed them grapes. Psychics are the best. They raise their psychic cabots, right? They take their psychic dogs for walks. They babysit their kids. Psychics are worshipped on Thorhill. They're the center point of all life. And so, everywhere else, psychics are considered... I mean, in the Confederacy, psychics are considered soldiers. And in the Gilded Fleet, psychics are considered free men, just as long as you occasionally pitch in and do something psychic-y. Only on Thorhill can they be free. So, it's a long trip to Thorhill. It's pretty far from everywhere. So is this your job? You pick psychics up from dangerous situations and bring them to Thorhill so that they can be free and safe?
Yeah, for now, because I think with what I wanted to do...
I'm just saying this is your day job, you know?
Right.
You need to make money somehow.
It puts me on the outer rim where I could, find...
Yeah, there are several planets that are uncharted out here. There's a black hole in 0701 that's rumored to have multiple habitable systems there, but no one's ever been able to make the jump.
Challenge accepted.
There's a second black hole in 0506. Again, no one's ever made the jump. No one's ever returned from the jump. Okay, so you guys are thinking you have a small ship, probably a shuttlecraft then? I think shuttles can hold like 10 people for a reasonable amount of time. What is the name of this ship? The Bunta Hore Hore. The Aisha Clan. The Twilight Suzuka.
Nope.
The Nope. The ship's name is Every Day a New Sky. Nothing? Nobody? Nobody has any ship names?
Oh man, I'm terrible with
The
names.
Fairlight Excelsior.
Now you know how DMs feel every
The
time you
Itme
ask them what the name of
JP.
the character is.
The
Yeah.
ammunition. The Enterprise.
Perfect.
The
I like,
Harriet Tubman.
I like New Skies.
Every
Of all
day a new
sizes.
sky?
No, actually, just New Skies.
Okay.
This guys does sound pretty cool.
All right. Your starship, New Sky, is located on page 104. I'm also going to make a card for it and probably a character sheet. But it is a stock shuttlecraft. It has a spike drive of 1, which means you can attempt to make level 2 spike jumps, I think, with some difficulty that you'll have to roll at. New Sky. And, you know, you can pay to get it upgraded, but you guys don't have very much money because upgrading it costs like 10,000 credits.
Right.
And you guys are basically broke. I want to point out that it costs a lot of money to maintain. You don't need to pay for any crew because you've got enough crew members to cover it, right? You only need one person to run it, and you already have a pilot and a mechanic. You can fit up to 20 people in it. It requires 3 people to navigate as a spike drill. You guys have 4 people, so more than enough. I would point out it has no weapons, so good luck. Hope that your pilot is really, really good at piloting.
I am really, really good at piloting.
Great. Are you the galaxy's best pilot? Is this the fastest ship? Made the Kessel run in under 12 parsecs.
Kessel run. It'll be a black hole run, right?
This ship made the Kessel run in under 14 parsecs. All right. So your day job is smuggling psychics to planet Thorhill. That's cool. What do you do when you're not doing that? What's your downtime? Is it all your little side missions? Is there anything else that you do? Right? I mean, Cotton is a cabbage farmer. Do any of the rest of you have, you know, activities?
Avid movie watcher, pop fiction.
Avid movie watcher.
Yeah.
I'm seeing here that our AI Devi likes to go among normies and eat their food and learn their culture.
Right.
As well as spare parts collector.
Well, you need those spare parts to live.
Yeah. Modification. What else?
Fortunately, your technician come with some spare parts. Each unit of spare parts costs 50, just in case you didn't see that yet.
Planetary Pioneer.
Okay. Interesting. So your group doesn't have anybody it answers to. You guys have all come to this humanitarian cause together in search of your own smaller, yet somehow endearing needs, right? Like, yeah, saving psychics, that's great. But some of you are out here to save the universe or find your family, or Connor's is literally just to fucking become an Instagram model, I guess.
What's it called? Become a personality on
An
Instagram.
influencer.
An influencer, yeah.
Connor's like, I want to become a digital influencer. I'm like, Connor, you're already a streamer. You've already succeeded.
Well, I want people to ask me to go to their store and say, this is my favorite store.
On the Citadel.
On the Citadel.
I'm Commander Kaisuke Skyflare.
This is my favorite shop on the Citadel.
That's a great question. Who owns the ship? Who's the
I was
captain?
gonna say like we must be funded by some humanitarian group.
Are you? Okay, interesting.
That's what I would have thought. Like, there's no way we would pick that work first,
Afford it
just
on our
because
own.
it's so difficult compared to other work.
They probably gave us some like second-rate ship that they just threw away.
Right.
Interesting. I mean, there's no such thing as a second-rate ship in this time period.
Okay.
Even a junk-ass ship that can barely make the leap between star systems is 100 million times more valuable than a rocket sled. right? The ability to move people and things and information to another location is so incredibly invaluable that this ship is basically like a god.
We could be secretly funded by like people in the Confederacy or the Federation rather.
Confederate rebels? People going against the Confederacy?
Could be
I don't believe they exist.
Yeah. No, I mean we don't know either.
Yeah, rodents of unusual size.
We don't
preposterous.
necessarily deal with those people, but that's maybe
So do you have like a shadowy contact who's been providing you with things?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this person's name?
Be working for the Gilded Fleet or the Federation. You know.
I mean, who is it? Are they the elusive man? Elusive man?
He calls himself Aurora.
Aurora. Okay, interesting. I don't know if that's a reference, but I'll go with it.
Nope, just made it up.
All right, Aurora is your contact. They provided you with your ship. They give you the itinerary. They let you know when there's psychics to pick up, and they pay you for bringing the psychics back.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. I think that the first part of this game should be your starship attempting to bullshit their way onto a planet, finding a group of psychics that have a pickup beacon, landing, getting them out of the system, making the jump to Thor Hill sector, and dropping them off. And that'd be a very good way to showcase all of your skills, especially when you get shot at and things are falling off your ship.
Yep.
Oh no.
Okay.
Like
Cool.
As an overall, I, as a GM, feel very attached to this learn the source of the Scream plot, especially with how grand it is.
Yeah, I like that too.
So I feel like that is going to be the overarching meta plot that drives us. I'm not saying any of the other plots aren't interesting. We'll get to all of them as best of my ability, but I feel like, you know, that is going to be what pushes the show forward is, oh, you know, there's no psychics to pick up right now, and you just got a hot tip that someone uncovered an archive on X planet, and now you got to go pick it up and get it away from everybody else.
Good to me.
Do you have a name for your group, or are you just known as your ship's name, the New Sky?
Yeah, the New Sky sound.
Okay, all right. Anything else you guys want to add real quick?
How long have we known each other?
Great question.
Probably our first mission together.
That sounds good.
That's the most dangerous mission.
Most dangerous.
Well, how do we meet each other? That's my question also.
Oh my god, Cotton, you're already drawing art of your character?
It's the first round.
Okay.
Is that on Discord?
She sent it to me, but I put it in the... Yeah, it turns out that when Cotton makes art, she sends it to me. Connor, Bearded, Mick. Actually, sorry,
yet.
Bearded, you actually do send your art on a regular basis. So...
Yeah.
Sorry, Connor, Mick.
Yes. Okay, I'll put it up on the thing. Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Is Daisy just Maisie stuck in a different world?
No, because
Okay.
Maisie was a pacifist and Daisy is not. That's why it sounds familiar.
Yes.
She's got
But also
I got
she's got
it.
pink hair and
Well, I was gonna name a Deli, and then he picked Devi, and I didn't want them to be too similar. So I looked up another name real quick.
everything I made was from a name generator.
I actually also got it from a name generator. It was like Deli, and I was like, oh, that looks fun. And then I was like, that would be way too confusing.
Oh man, don't look up robot name generators. There were like 99% of them were just bad, like Chip and Gadget, and like it was all bad.
Gadget is a great name.
For a dog.
Yeah, you should name it Gidget, right? From Eureka 7.
Oh,
Gidge. She was the best. Everybody was the best.
they were.
Eureka 7 was amazing. It was about a group of professional hoverboarders who were secretly a paramilitary squad of assassins.
Yep.
The kid was like, oh man, I love your guys' hoverboarding. You guys are always tagging stuff. I want to join your ship. And they were like, no. And he's like, no way, man. I'm going to hoverboard right onto that ship. And they're like, we're taking you home. And the military's like, no way. We're going to stop you from going home. And they're like, all right, fine, whatever. All right, kid, look. All right, yeah, we're cool hoverboarders, but also we're all ruthless killers. Yeah. He's like, oh, shit. You got to give Connor a hard deadline? All right, Connor, I have a hard deadline for you. Remember all of those things you did with Mick over the last 3 weeks using
Draw
pile? Yeah, I'd like to see all those on my desk by Thursday evening, 8 p.m.
That sounds good.
Okay.
I mean, I'll get them to you right now. I can load it up.
You sure? Because you told me that last week.
He did.
I did, but then afterward I streamed, and then I forgot. That's how it is.
Yeah, but we're about to stop streaming right now.
Let me explain to you how you're right, AP.
Thanks, conorhughes. Man, the easy low-hanging fruit.
That's me.
And it's low.
Oh, don't worry, it's not just you. All of us have that.
Yeah.
Cotton, what's the name of this cabot?
Mallow.
Mallow. Interesting.
Like marshmallow.
Yeah, I got it. I feel like it's like a little white one that you just want to pull and stretch apart like Moki balls.
Do you know my cat that comes up here that's like white with like a little bit of yellow?
Yeah, fluff ball.
Yeah, it's just so my cabot looks like a little toasted marshmallow.
Okay, interesting. All right.
This is gonna be a big file.
This cabot sounds delicious. I don't want to eat it now. Let's do some outros. Say goodbye to these characters because next week I'm gonna murder all of them.
All gonna die.
You guys are gonna land the ship on the planet, and I'm gonna be like, the ship takes one hit, and oh fuck, I guess it's destroyed. And you're like, okay, well we flee on foot away from the cops. Connor's like, don't worry, I'll use my connect skill to find people who can hide us. Then he gets a critical failure. You guys all wind up in prison, and we make new characters.
Sounds like us.
I think I took exert, not connect, but
that's gonna make that connect roll really difficult then.
Sure wouldn't it?
Connor, when you're not getting raised by me, what are you doing? You're like a professional artist, full-time adult.
Sorry?
I said you're a professional artist and full-time adult.
Oh God, I wish. The adulting part is increasingly difficult in terms of taking care of the babies, but that's what I'm doing a lot of days. But also streaming on here on Twitch, and actually this week I'm going to be streaming for the rest of the week, so that's going to be awesome. Very happy to see that, and so yeah, I'll be all around making comics, and yeah, join me then. Shep, how's it been?
I'm robSHEPart. I'll be streaming later today too. I'll be drawing a half-orc bard is my next project. So
does he have a bagpipe?
He will now, because I was trying to decide what instrument to give him, so that sounds great.
Always the bagpipe.
Yep. So yeah, hope to see you then. How about you, Bearded? What are you gonna be doing?
I'm gonna be packing and then hopefully moving and then hopefully working on commissions for many peoples that are very kind and ask me to draw things for them. And then also playing this, which will be fun. What about you, Cotton?
I feel like you're expecting too much.
I doodle and stuff. I will be doing not much. Sleeping a lot.
I feel that.
I wish I could do that.
I wish I could.
You know, there was a time where I used to be able to just turn off my stream and immediately fall into bed, and that was it. And then about 2 years ago, I realized that it took me like 2 or 3 hours to go to sleep after a stream. Bad. It's bad now. Being old sucks.
There was once a time where I wasn't constantly tired, and I miss those times.
Same.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, this is a great note to leave off on. Like, aging sucks, everybody. Just stay young.
I still have my outro to do. Come on now, I can bring it back.
Okay.
And to AP?
I was going to say in our channel, we make sure everyone stays 26.
I see. Well, as you know from Xenos Paradox, nothing matters. Time basically doesn't exist. Infinity infinites exist in between the infinites.
Don't shoot an arrow, just shoot a bullet. It'll get there faster.
It won't though, because it has to travel infinite halves.
Oh my gosh.
As we know, mathematically, it is possible for that bullet to arrive, but philosophically,
I went to art school, AP.
it
Okay.
never will. It never will. I went to WVU. You could still study stuff on the side. It's great.
No, it's not how art works.
I'm Arthur Perkins. This was Apgamingreal. We'll be back next week for the second half. And by second half, I mean the first episode. We'll find out who's doing the art, what kind of art we're looking at, and who gets shot. Probably several people.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
How are you?
Why are you saying no? I mean, it's like a near certainty now. I'm going to 100% have one of you get shot.